Good afternoon to all my wonderful viewers out there. Welcome back to another Streetwear Talk video, the series where we cover the latest streetwear releases, the latest streetwear news, and of course, we just talk about streetwear in general. In today's video, we're going to be covering an upcoming Chinese New Year capsule. Yes, today, Clot, the famous Chinese clothing brand, is collaborating with famous American brand Ralph Lauren to do a Year of the Ox Chinese New Year capsule. Now, unfortunately, because of my timing, the video is probably going to come out later than when the collection actually drops. Unfortunately, I know, I have to work. God damn it, why do I have to have a job? I wish I could upload it on time for you guys, but it's coming out on the same day that the capsule is coming out, so I mean, at least it's on the same day. And we mentioned it in the podcast episode, which will be coming out today as well. But yes, on January 27th, Ralph Lauren is collaborating with Edison Chen's brand Clot. They are celebrating the Chinese New Year and doing a Year of the Ox collection. Now, I think this is really cool because a lot of American brands have celebrated the Chinese New Year, the Year of the Ox, but they've done it in their own way without really bringing in any perspectives of what the Chinese New Year really means and any perspectives of the Chinese culture by bringing in someone who's Chinese to do the capsule. And this is what I'm kind of intrigued and kind of interested about, because this capsule is being done by a Chinese brand. So this should be interesting. I feel like this is going to be more authentically Chinese than the rest of the American brands that have done a Chinese New Year capsule for 2021. But we'll have to see. I could totally be wrong. How we're going to cover all the release details, all the official images, and my thoughts and opinions on the capsule is by using a Juice Store article written about the capsule. So we'll head on over there now and start covering all the release details for this Year of the Ox Ralph Lauren Clot collaboration collection. So here we are, guys. Here is the article that the Juice Store page has. I will link it down in the description section below if you guys want to have a read or if you want to steal any images here or there. What we'll do firstly is we'll just read the release details and then we'll dive into all the images of the lookbook and the individual photos of the pieces that are down below. So let's kick it off and read what they have to say about the release details and all the inspiration behind the collection. So, check out the entire Polo by Ralph Lauren, the Clot collection. So that's the official name of it. It's Polo by Ralph Lauren, the Clot collection. This article was posted yesterday, January the 26th, 2021. As we near the celebration for the Year of the Ox, which I don't know the actual date of, Clot and celebrated American heritage brand Polo Ralph Lauren inch closer to the release of the two's once-in-a-lifetime collaborative capsule. With use of Clot's signature vision of bridging the gap between the East and West, the collaboration pays homage to traditions that both brands uphold. Polo Ralph Lauren's American style and aesthetics, and Clot's Chinese inspiration. So it sounds like a lot of the base of the pieces are going to be very American pieces, which is good because I feel like that's going to appeal to the wider audience. But then it's going to have a little bit of Clot Chinese inspiration, which is cool. It could have, all over Chinese traditional prints. It could have traditional Chinese like button closures and stuff like that. It has a lot of potential. I'm really keen to dive into this. The collaborative tradition rendition features iconic silhouettes from both the house of Polo Ralph Lauren, featuring the classic polo shirt, iconic, absolutely iconic, the Oxford shirt, Bayport windbreaker, and chambray work shirts reworked with Chinese influence with the frog button detailing. That's what it's called. The frog button detailing. I'll have to remember that one. And Clot Silk Royal imprint. Okay, so that's what the motif is called. The Clot Silk Royal imprint. Some of the other pieces in this collection include the tie-dye crewneck sweatshirt. Oh, I don't know how that's a bit risky. We're gonna have to see how that one turns out. T-shirts adorned with the branding from both brands. Signature pieces from this collection include a warm American style wool toggle varsity jacket remastered with a unique dragon chest patch. Okay, you got me excited. I'm a huge fan of varsity jackets, so I'm instantly in. Let's have a look. We gotta have a look at this. It's also got a timeless polo chino with Clot and Polo Ralph Lauren silk royal trim. Ooh, Does that sound bougie? That sounds pretty goddamn bougie to me. Other stunning accessories are the Polo Court sneaker. So there are shoes that are coming in this collection. They are reimagined through the eyes of Clot. The tote bag with signature Polo branding and Chinese-inspired frog button detailing on the lid and red silk royal lining on the inside. And the belt, which utilizes a mixture of Clot x Ralph Lauren silk royal branding. The dark washed signature dad cap, so it's got some caps here as well. This sounds like there's a little bit here for everyone. Is a special piece which highlights Clot's dragon patch on the front of the cap. Finally, the last piece of the limited edition collection, the Clot x Ralph Lauren silk royal scarf. Ooh, that sounds sick. It's gotta be red. It's got to be red. It's gotta be a red silk scarf with the royal print all over it, and then right at the bottom where the frills are, there's got to be the iconic Ralph Lauren logo right there. That's what I'm envisioning. Is it a reality? I don't know. I haven't had a look at this capsule. I'm the same as you guys. We'll have to get into it. Scroll on down to see the Polo by Ralph Lauren, the Clot collection, campaign images shot by Kenneth Capello, an official campaign video. I don't think we'll watch the video, but here's the rest of the release details. So the Juice launch information. So this is the information that we have for when it releases on the Juice store. It'll release on January 27th, 2021. So today. It'll release in Hong Kong on Juice Causeway Bay, Shanghai in Juice Shanghai Zhulu Road. I guess that's Taiwan, or I don't know. Which they have what looks like 2 stores. We got the US, so the US has a store on juicestoreusa.com, 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So maybe when this video comes out, it might just be in time for you guys in the US to pick it up. And worldwide on juicestore.com, 12 p.m. Hong Kong time, which is where I would be picking it up if I was interested in picking any of these pieces up. But I don't think I will because I'm holding on to my cash at the moment. But that is all the release details. We've had a quick rundown of what is coming out in this little collection here. Although I say little, but it sounds like it's quite a big collection. So what we'll do now is we'll scroll on down and we'll have a look at all the images of the lookbook and all the images of the individual pieces that are releasing in this capsule. So to kick it off, we have someone rocking the, it looks like it's made out of a denim material, but it looks very much like a denim chore jacket with the frog closures. It's a blend of what looks like a very typical Chinese jacket or Chinese overshirt with an American style, with the button up, with the iconic Ralph Lauren branding. This looks like a sick piece. And here we are with the frog button closure. I mean, it's got a blend of American and Chinese culture put together. I really like this piece. It's a really sick piece. It looks like we get a second one or a different version of it, but this one looks more jacket orientated with the, you know, cuffs there. We'll have to see if there's some better images of it. So this one here, quite interestingly, looks like it has both the frog button closure as well as a zip. Quite interesting that Ralph Lauren and Clot went with the double closure here. Very interesting way of handling that. There's the tie-dye sweatshirt. I mean, I like the use of the Chinese frog button closures on the arm here. I wonder why they have closures on the arm in general. The tie-dye isn't too bad. The co-branding is alright. I mean, it's an alright piece. I don't mind this too much. Scrolling on down, this looks like it is the varsity jacket here. We can tell by the cuffs here. We've got the dragon imprint here, which looks awesome. The button closure and then the frog button closure at the top. Unfortunately, it looks like it's hooded, which turns me off of it because, I mean, you guys have heard me say it 1,000 times before. When you make a varsity jacket, please do not put a hood on it. I like it with its traditional collar, but it looks like there's the traditional collar here. So maybe you can remove the hood. I don't know. Hopefully there'll be some better images so we can get an idea of it. Here we have the sneakers that they were talking about with some D-ring eyelets as well as some traditional eyelets. And it looks like a silk lining there as well, which is very typical of Clot collaborations. We've got co-branding on the sides here. They're a nice color. They've done well picking the nice red with the salmon there. It's very well done. Just some more editorial shots, not showcasing any pieces here. Here we have the tote bag. I feel like this is going to be quite a popular piece. It's very simple. You've got the frog button closure here and the Ralph Lauren branding on the side. We've got more of the polos showcased to us. More zoomed in photo of the polos being showcased to us. So there's a navy one and there's a red one. Frog button closure on the bottom and then one traditional button at the top. I like how they've handled that because I feel like a frog button closure at the top for the collar is going to be a little bit weird. So having just a traditional button, I think that's a smart move to pull. We can also see the belt here on the chick on the side here. And also the chinos with that silk lining strip down the side there. Nothing. It's interesting that they've also included some very traditional shots of just I assume places in China. Interesting move there. Interesting move. We can see an overshirt being rocked here. I reckon this is probably my favorite piece so far. This white overshirt with the frog button closure. The polo, another polo being showcased here, a light blue one, and the belt as well. Quite like the belt, that's quite a nice belt. Here we have, an undershirt being showcased with a zoom in of the button up. I think this is a sick piece. I probably think this is my favorite piece that I've seen so far. It just looks really, really good. But overall, the capsule itself, when you rock a full fit with it, the chinos, the overshirt, and the undershirt, that's a fit, man. That's a fit. I like it. I like it. We've seen some of this stuff before. Here's a new piece. It looks like we're getting a hoodie in the capsule. Unfortunately, a zip-up hoodie. You know my opinions on zip-up hoodies. Not a huge fan of them. They've gone with the double closure. They've gone with the zip closure and the frog button closure at the top. I like the wash of the hoodie itself. It works. The piece works very, very well. Here we get the overshirt showcased to us again. I love it. I think that's a sick piece. And here is the individual photos of all the pieces by themselves. So we've just had a look at the lookbook, and now we'll dive into all the photos of the pieces individually. Okay, initially I was trying to put calls on to whether or not this was a shirt or a jacket, but it looks definitely to be more like a jacket due to the cuffs and the hem there. It looks like it's got its double closure or even triple closure with a zip, a traditional button, and the frog button closures as well. Well, there we go. I kind of like it. I like that some of the details are done in red and the like little trims here and there are done in red. I think it would have been just that little bit better if they did just like a single trim on the bottom of red. I feel like that would have worked really well to match the red detailing at the top. We'll move on down though. Here is the tie-dye sweatshirt with it's a very interesting opening on the side. I would be interested to see some like styling done with the opening open, to see how that works. It might work better, I don't know, potentially for women to have the shoulder showing. I don't know. But it's interesting. It's unique. And I got to give them to that. I don't really like the tie-dye wash all over it, but just the idea of having it buttoned up on the shoulder here is an interesting concept that I kind of think is kind of cool. Moving on, we're moving on to what looks like another jacket. This was one that I was, again, a little bit confused on initially, because instantly when I see a collar like that, I think, oh, it's a shirt. No, I'm wrong. I gotta stop thinking it's all this Western clothing. It potentially could be a Eastern piece of clothing, and it looks like more of an overshirt slash jacket as it's got pockets down the bottom here. We can see them there and there. It's got a full frog button closure there with just one little button up at the top just to keep it a little bit Western there, and of course the Ralph Lauren logo on the side there. I think that's really cool. Next we move into a more traditional Western piece, which is just the button-up shirt. I like this one. I like the color of it. It looks really nice. I feel like you could wear this either by itself or in like a more formal setting. I feel like it just works really well with that. Moving down, we have a second color of it, which is the white. The white's my favorite. I'm going to say it. The white's my favorite. I like the silk lining on the collar there. You can see it up here and over there. This is really, really nice. Again, I wouldn't mind maybe just some like white, some red detailing on the, on the collars, on the sleeves here, just to give it a little bit more red to it, but it's nice. Very solid piece. Here we see the undershirt that was showcased with the royal all over clocked print on it. Not really feeling this as much. I don't really wear all over print t-shirts. I like to keep my t-shirts pretty basic, so it's a nice piece, but it's just not for me. Again, we get to see a blue one as well. Not really for me. A red one, same feeling. Next, we move on to the hoodie, which, as we talked about before, is a zip-up hoodie. I'm not really feeling this one as much. The color is really nice, don't get me wrong. I think that blue is a really nice blue, but it's just the silhouette itself is not for me. Now next we move on to the varsity jacket, or at least what they called the varsity jacket. I'm assuming this is the varsity jacket due to the cuffs and how it's styled here. Look, I love this silk hood, but I just don't like the overall silhouette of the jacket. It's just not a jacket that I would wear. It's a weird blend, isn't it? Of, it's a blend that makes sense for this collection, but it's like American college varsity jacket styles mixed with a pea coat. Yeah, it's just not for me. I just can't do it. But it is a very cool piece. I'm glad that they did it in the capsule. Next, we got some iconic polos that comes in a light blue, a more navy blue, and a red, obviously, because, you know, red's a big color in China. Here we get the chinos with the silk strip down the side. You can see what the silk strip looks like on the inside. I'm sure it's very, very comfy. Silk pants would be next level. Next, we have the belt showcased to us. I think this is a really cool piece, and I like the little Ralph Lauren logo right next to where the closure is. I think this is really cool. This is an awesome accessory from this collection. Next, we move on to the sneakers, which come in a dust bag. It looks like they're made of leather, or potentially suede, but it looks, I don't know, no, it looks like suede. It looks like a suede outside, and it looks like we got a very nice lining on the inside. They come in dust bags, which is cool. Here is the scarf, which I love. I don't think I actually saw that in the lookbook, but that is awesome. I wanted it in red. They gave it to me in red. They put the royal print on it and then put the Ralph Lauren logo in the center of it, as we can see here. That would be awesome. Just a like black trench coat, pea coat, whatever. Black undergarment, like a sweater, turtleneck, whatever. And then just that red scarf as the color on the outfit. Woo! That would be sick. Next, we have a look at the tote bag. Oh, the attention to detail on the inside, the royal print on the inside. Nice. This is a very nice piece right here. The canvas and then this print on the inside. That's sick. I don't think we saw this cap in the lookbook, but here it is showcased here. Here is the cap with the dragon on the front of it, and then the co-branding towards the fastening on the back of the cap. It's nice. I like the co-branding here, the Clot C with the Ralph Lauren logo there, or the Polo logo there. All in all, this is a really solid capsule. I like what Ralph Lauren and Clot have done with it. There are definitely some really standout pieces here. My favorite is probably the overshirt or the button-up shirt, whatever you want to call it, this white one here. I reckon that would be the piece that I gravitate the most towards too, but all in all, I think this is a sick capsule or sick collection. I want to hear from you guys. What is your favorite piece from this collection? Do you like any of the pieces? Are you going to pick up any of the pieces? How do you feel about Clot and Ralph Lauren collaborating for a Year of the Ox Chinese New Year capsule? Definitely let me know all your thoughts and opinions on this capsule down in that comment section below. Well, that is it, guys. That is the 2021 Clot x Ralph Lauren Chinese New Year, Year of the Ox collection. It was very cool. We covered all the release details. It's releasing today, January 27th, on a lot of the online stores. It doesn't look like it's releasing in-store anywhere, or maybe it is in the Chinese Hong Kong area, but not in the West and worldwide. It looks like you have to pick it up online. We covered all the official images. We covered the lookbook, all the product images, and we covered, of course, my thoughts and opinions. All around, I think it's a solid Chinese New Year capsule. I think it's probably one of my favorite Chinese New Year capsules. It's probably up there with the Dior Sean Stussy one. They're probably pretty neck and neck there. We covered that as well on the channel if you guys want to go check that out. But those are some pretty solid Chinese New Year capsules. The more streetwear brands that are doing them, I just don't think they're as good. I think these brands are definitely nailing it more. And I really like that Ralph Lauren brought in probably, I would say, well, at least in my view, China's biggest streetwear brand, which is Clot. Or at least that's what I see. Outside of the high fashion world, that's the one that the high fashion, streetwear, and all the other subcultures know of the most. So I'm going off purely off that, off notoriety. You know, it's the one that people know the most, which I think is Clot. And I love it that Ralph Lauren is bringing them in to do this collection. It's pretty damn solid. It has elements of Clot, elements of Ralph Lauren. It's done really, really well. But I want to know all your thoughts and opinions on it and whether or not you're going to pick up anything. Are you gonna pick up anything from this collection, or is it a miss from you? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions on that down in the comment section below. And of course, guys, if you guys want me to keep covering upcoming Clot releases, upcoming Ralph Lauren releases, don't forget to leave a big old like on this video, a comment in the comment section down below saying, I want more Clot coverage, or I want more Ralph Lauren coverage. Either one. Either one. I'll do either. And of course, subscribe to the channel. It's the best indicator for me to know what kind of content you guys want to see on the channel. We're also trying to hit a new milestone before the end of January, which is 2,835 subscribers. We're very, very close, guys. Hopefully, with your continuous support, we can reach that milestone before the end of January. But that's everything to be said about the capsule, guys. We covered all the release details, all the official images, and my thoughts and opinions on this Chinese New Year Clot Ralph Lauren capsule. So until the next Streetwear Talk video, until the next Sneaker Talk video, until the next Chinese New Year capsule coverage video, guys, we'll catch you later.